Ew. A 1 minute long ad. Oh. Windows 10. I actually have no idea how to stream this in full screen. It's really weird, these apps. How do you change your name? I have no idea. I can change my skin. But it's all locked. I guess. No, not all of them. I'm just gonna go with Steve. Good old Steve. Yo, Jensje. I already had some worlds because of the other video I recorded. Let's create a new one. Is there advanced options? I want a flat world. I want a flat world. Let's call it a redstone world. This stream is going to be recorded, by the way. I'm going to put this up on YouTube later today. It's my first encounter with Redstone in Windows 10. So... Hey Laurie, does Windows 10 have quasi connectivity? As far as I know, it doesn't, no. I think this is all I can do, right? There's no, like, sandstone, so I'm going to be in a grass world. Which is fine, I guess. Is there commands? Is there game rules? There's no game rules. Disappointing. Can I clear my inventory? I cannot clear my inventory. The redstone is currently under the tools. Let's figure out how we're going to do this. So we have basically all the same blocks for redstone as there is on the PC right now. No, there's not going to be copyrighted music this stream now. We have the new observer block, of which I have no idea how it works. We have hoppers. We have this. We have that. We have lamps. There is slime blocks. That count as decoration, I guess. Yep. That makes sense. I don't need some sort of normal block. Let's get some quartz. Okay, so well, first let's confirm my greatest fear. Actually, do we have redstone blocks? Redstone blocks are also decoration. My greatest fear is true. There's no quasi connectivity. So there's that. That's my first greatest fear. Then my second greatest fear, like I already know for a fact that these... Oh, what? Okay, that was weird. These good old like one tick pulse creator thingies, I don't think they work anymore. It's my second greatest fear. So that's unfortunate. Then my third greatest fear, I'm gonna keep going. My third greatest fear is, say I somehow still managed to create a one-tick pulse. Still managed to create a one-tick pulse somehow. And I used that one-tick pulse to one-tick pulse a sticky piston. And I get my redstone block again. Don't know, I lost that. And the one-tick pulse does not leave the block behind with a sticky piston. So, like one-tick pulses with blocks to leave them behind is also not a thing. Now, let's go take a look at some flying machines. You can't hear me? I'm not muted. I'm pretty sure other people can hear me. So let's make the good old flying machine. But let's not rely on quasi-connectivity. Let's just, you know, do a non-quasi-connectivity flying machine. Let's see how that works. You hear my 5? Okay, that's cool. My mic is not muted. I have no idea what the problem is for some people. Anyways, what would this do? Doesn't work. Well then. So this doesn't work. Also, when a piston is in a powered position but it is actually not powered and I power it anyway, it doesn't want the power. Okay, so that also sucks. Like this should extend. This makes no sense. Makes absolutely no sense. Let's look at some really old school redstone. Let's make a very, very old school RS NOR ledge. See if maybe that does work somehow. Yo, Mink. No, but like the developers promised that they would not make it so that, you know, certain things wouldn't be possible anymore. There's still a lot of stuff. Like, if they want technical people to switch over to Windows 10, like, they have to fix so many things. I hope they will. Oh, this doesn't turn into a dot. That's fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's get a button. Good old button. See if this actually. Okay. So we've encountered the first thing that kind of works. That's cool. Okay, let's make. Apparently we're going back very old school at the moment, so let's make a. Let's attempt to make a super old RS NOR ledge, or sorry, a T flip-flop. Actually, I'm thinking this now. This won't. Actually, this might work. This might. I can't even remember how this worked actually. Was it like that? These are good questions. Can't remember the old school. It's been too long ago. I remember it being something like this. Okay, well maybe I'm wrong. Maybe this doesn't work because it relies on quasi-connectivity. Let's look at horse. Let's look at double extenders. Let's look at the good old-fashioned double extenders. Let's put a block here. Let's see if this works. Good old double extender. Let's see. Okay. Okay, that doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? Why wouldn't it work? Wait, this is 3 ticks. Okay. So they actually, like, you need like 3 tick delays between pistons and stuff for it to do anything, I guess. Yeah, there's no redstone. Like, I don't, that's not really that important. That's something they'll probably add. That's like minor stuff. This is just like crucial mechanics. Dragging a piston into a powered position doesn't seem to do anything. That also sucks. Like, when you drag a piston into a powered position, but it kind of has to do with what happens here as well. Like, when you move a piston into a powered position, like, it has to do something. No, that doesn't. I have no idea what they did. We could look at the observer block, but I feel like there's maybe some other stuff that we should test. Let's mess around with droppers and hoppers a bit. Let's grab some droppers and hoppers. Let's see if stone cutter. Okay, interesting. That's probably already in the game, but I just never used them. Say dropper. Dropper hopper. You know what sucks? It's getting dark. But I can't do this because there's no commands. So we're gonna be surrounded by mobs and stuff because there's no game rules. Oh, did my game just crash? No. Okay. But that's something they have to add still. But try to build a slime block robot. I will try to build a slime block robot as well. At the moment I'm just checking like all the mechanics that are, you know, nice. All the mechanics that we'll probably lose. It's so dark now. I actually need to set up some torches. Go out of the world, click edit and turn on always day. Thank you. Edit always day. Cool. There we go. Thank you. Appreciate it. Okay. So if we have this. First, let's just add some stuff. But I'm also curious to see if. Actually, yeah, I'm curious about what sort of pulse comes out of this thing. That's the one thing. And I'm curious to see if the dispensers are actually random or if they just pick the first item. Like I'm expecting everything now. So let's add. We have an item. We want a. I don't know. Let's add a bow. Let's add a bow. And what else do we need? We need a snowball or something. Snowball or ender pearl or snowball. There we go. It's gonna rain. Yeah, I don't think we can do something about that. Okay. So let's get a lever. They need to make a redstone tab. Super bad. Oh, I can't actually power it like that because quasi connectivity is gone. Well, can I actually? Maybe. Lever. It actually, like, I don't know if you guys have messed around with Windows 10 Minecraft, but like I feel as if there's some sort of mouse delay. When my mouse makes a circle, it doesn't actually like follow it. You can kind of see that a little bit if you can see my cursor. It feels delayed. It feels very delayed. Also, hey creeper, don't kill me. Okay, so that doesn't work. Can you actually lock hoppers? Is that a thing? Let's say we make this work somehow, right? Okay. So it does actually store the item in there, and it seems to be random. I think it's random. Let's grab some redstone lamps. Oh, there's monster spawners in the thing now. Do we actually have redstone lamps? Yeah, we do. Put a lever on the dropper. Yeah, I could put a lever on the dropper, definitely. Okay. Okay, so we can make randomizers. That's a thing, I guess. Do you even have a search thing? I don't. There's no search thing. No. No such thing as a search thing. If I upgrade to Windows 10 on my PC, will I have to upgrade to Minecraft Windows 10? No. No, it's just a separate like client. It's in the App Store because Windows 10 has a sort of App Store thing. Because everyone loves those. Okay, let's... lag spike. It might have something to do with that I'm streaming, but it seems to be sucking up a lot of CPU. Also, I'm like running all sorts of Xbox Live things in the background. I'm not sure if that's messing up my CPU as well. I'm just going through my resources, like where is all my stuff going, but I can't see how much CPU that all these like services are running in the background. And they have to be running like tons because the other programs I have are not running, like using a lot of CPU. That's something you don't have on Windows. Like in Windows 7 I could see, oh, this service is using up all my CPU. I should probably stop it. It's not the case here. Oh. What about 0 ticks? Well, you can't even have 1 tick pulses, so I highly doubt you can have 0 tick pulses. Here, it's actually, it's so weird that if you have, actually didn't really go through this, but like say I have a furnace, right? Say I have a furnace and I have a piston. Oh, you can push those now, obviously. That's actually kind of, that is kind of interesting. It's like the first positive feature that I've encountered. Okay, so let's say you have this, right? Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's weird though, so why does it work here but it doesn't actually work with the flying machine? So like block updates are still a thing. But it seems to not be working on the flying machine though. Yeah, like for the people that joined late, let me kind of like run through the things I've tested. Quasi connectivity is gone. doesn't do anything. These very useful one-tick pulse creation thingies don't work anymore. If you do create a one-tick pulse, it actually, like, sticky pistons don't leave block behinds. This is a non-quasi-connectivity simple flying machine. Doesn't actually work because of the way that pistons work now. It's super weird. This is a very old school RS knowledge that actually does work. That's a thing. This was meant to be a, like, old school T flip-flop, but doesn't work. This simple double sticky piston extender. Actually, I have to change the timings because things are weird. But it still doesn't work because, oh, now it does work. Okay, so that's they slowed down the timings on pistons. They're a lot slower now. Pistons are super slow. I don't like it. They're very slow. Hoppers work. You can make randomizers. And I have not messed with the observer block yet. I'm kind of curious how that's going to work. So let's try and figure that out. What does an observer block actually do? It has a thing. Is that what it like? Is it that it updates this now? No. Where does it actually power stuff? There's like these... How does this thing actually work? Let's build it in the air. Okay. Okay, so there's a power thing down there. Is that what it detects? On the bottom there's a detector, okay. So it doesn't detect all around, it just detects one. Okay. It's like a dispenser but for placing blocks, okay. So now if I... Okay. I wonder what sort of pulse this is. The game is super laggy. At the moment I would not say that this game runs better than the Java version. Not for me at least. You have to click on the side of the block to place them on the side, like logs. Okay. And can you change the... like, is there any settings on this block, or is it just only below and above? Like, it has to be... The update has to be directly below where you have to power it. That's... Okay. Let me just add that the old block update detectors that you could make your own did not care where you updated stuff. You can already hear I'm super biased, by the way. Okay, so this actually creates a one-tick pulse. Not that that means anything, because you can't use a one-tick pulse for anything useful. It doesn't really do anything. It doesn't have any like special interactions with anything. Oh yeah, let's check. Let's actually check torch towers. I'm assuming those actually... I'm assuming those work. Good old redstone torches. Can they handle a one-tick pulse? I'm expecting them to be able to handle that in this version of Minecraft. Yep. Okay. Well, that's useful, I guess. You can place them sideways by right-clicking on the side of blocks. Yeah, that figures. Kind of like with logs. Okay, well, let's see. Let's actually test the alternative torch tower as well. Maybe I should go into options and lower my render distance a bit. Because I think it's at max right now. That's a bit too much. Where can I change the render distance? Beautiful skies. View buffing. Field of view. Particle render distance. Anti-aliasing, I don't need that. Render distance, don't need that. So all stuff that's not important right now. Come on, game. Torch burnout should be in the game. Yeah, that's something we should check actually. That's a good item. We'll go check that out as well. Oh. Okay, that's fine. That looks good. Torch burnouts. That's a good question. I'm assuming they're in the game. Yep. Does causing this and giving this an update reset it? It does not. Okay, so you can't actually reset torches that have been burned out. It doesn't update them. Okay, well, so these observer blocks you can move. You can move these. And the fact that you move them will probably cause it to give an update. So that is at least what I expect. So I already saw someone make like a super tiny, can't fully remember it, but I'm pretty sure I can figure it out. A super tiny flying machine. So if you can move this, actually, you want to know what happens when you move this. Let's say you have two slime blocks on top of each other and you're pushing a thing that has this observer block on top of it. Try and make a 12 block shield buster. Yeah. Hoppers you can move now. Oh. So my question would be, if I have this and I have an observer block like this. So I expect when you move this should actually like extend the thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. That's a cool feature. Like, I wouldn't mind them adding something like this to the PC version without breaking all the other stuff. Someone made a two-way flying machine using only 8 blocks on Reddit. Okay. No, these observer blocks are powerful. Like, makes sense for them to be able to do something like that. I figure if you if you have this, if you have this, and you were to pull an observer block, like this. Okay, so now pushing this thing has to create another thing. So if you put an observer block here, facing downward, I guess that would make a flying machine. At least that would make sense. Right? Not quite. This can be like this. Oh. No. It's a little bit weird. It's not actually the same as placing logs. Like it's like I have to physically have a block here in order to change the direction in the way I want it to. Yeah, what actually happens when you try to move an extended piston? Like say this piston is extended, right? Can I move an extended piston? No, okay. This can probably be done smaller, but for now let's just do it like this. Yay, we made a flying machine. This is amazing. Sort of. Okay. Well, you can obviously turn this in a missile, like of some sort. Oh, this is actually something I was wondering as well. Let's just quickly stop this for a moment. What is actually the piston push limit? Is it 12? Or did they actually increase it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Let's try. What is the piston push limit? It's still 12. At least I hope it's 12. Yeah, it's 12. Okay. What happens when you power an observer with another observer? Save an observer like that, right? Sorry, no. Let's say I have a bunch of observers like this. And I have a piston here. And I were to update this one. Okay, that doesn't actually transfer. Okay, well what if there's a piston in between here and there's a piston in between there? Okay, so an extending piston actually does not cause a block update. What about a redstone lamp? Interesting that when a cube is moved by a piston and you're on it, you move with the cube. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I haven't tested that, but we will test that in a bit. Let's see what happens. Ooh. 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 Ooh, I like that. I like that a lot. That's nice. So redstone lamps actually have two different like data values and block states that actually cause block updates. That's pretty cool. They removed that on the PC at some point in time. So that means that this should also work for fence gates. It reminds me, I should check redirection, but maybe those still work. Like they don't rely on quasi-connectivity. So say you have this, and then you have a redstone thing here, and then you were to place let's get a. This game is very laggy. Okay, let's get a detector rail. And let's try. That works. That's pretty good. Also high cow. Oh, no redirection. Is there any other way I can test this? Yeah, I could try putting the redstone down here. I just don't think it's possible, but let's see. No. That's a shame. So no redstone redirection block updates. The music is a tad loud. We only lower that. It's actually really low already. Sound volume. I can barely hear the music myself. Okay, we have a flying machine. We might as well turn it into a missile. I feel like turning this into a missile. I guess what's kind of cool about this though is that the observer blocks are really powerful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how you craft them, but they're super OP. So that's pretty cool. Like, what I predict now already is that like you can probably do some pretty crazy stuff with observer blocks. Because what I think is that, like, say you have this, right? And then you have a piston. And you were to extend this. Let me just start up the flying machine again. Like in the old, like in the Java version, you would need at least a slime block and a redstone block in order to move things forward. That doesn't actually work. Why doesn't this one update first? Why not? Like, I'm moving it. Shouldn't that one be moved first then? That seems weird. Seems very weird. I have no idea what happened there, but Use 6 cobblestone and 2 redstone dust and a piece of quartz. Okay. I'm a little bit surprised that this doesn't work though. I'm pushing this. Why wouldn't that, after being pushed, extend the piston? That would make sense, wouldn't it? can make a super fast clock with 2 lamps and 2 observer blocks. Let's try that. How would that even work? I don't see how you would do that. You would need something else. Two and two. I'm not sure how you would do that, modding gear. Yeah, you need a few pieces of redstone then. Okay. That makes more sense. Does the redstone signal from this thing actually power through blocks? Like, am I actually powering the block? I'm not powering the block. Okay. Okay, well, let's try and make this super fast clock thing majiggy. Where's the redstone lamp thing? So I made a flying tunnel borer machine on Reddit. On Windows 10? Or what? Okay, this is actually not a dot. I thought this was a dot. It's not a dot. Okay, well, this is interesting. Oh, rain. It's so fast, it doesn't actually power a piston. Interesting. Not very useful, it seems, but it's interesting. It does power repeaters, though. That seems very, very random. Right. Okay, well. Yeah, one-tick pulses are not very useful. Try using extended pistons. Instead of lamps? You can try, it's probably gonna make the clock a lot slower though. But I guess you could do it like this. I don't actually know, I don't think that the extended pistons actually cause a block update. I'm not under the impression it does, at least. I don't think this observer actually like registers extending pistons as block updates. No, it doesn't. Anyways, we were trying to make a missile. We have the engine. We have a mechanism that should work but does not work. What was I doing again? I'm gonna make a very convoluted missile, but it doesn't really matter. Just feel like blowing something up right now. Cube, try to move the piston so the piston extension would update the... So that the piston extension would... Sure. We can try that. We could also like physically move the thing, I guess, but let's not. Let's use a normal piston. Oh. Okay. So let's... Okay, well there you go. That still seems super random to me. But I don't know how the timing is on the observer blocks. They don't seem particularly fast with responding, in my opinion. And pistons in general just seem very slow. That's kind of what we already discovered with the double extender we had here. Just like the old double extender, what you could do is you could have this on 2 ticks. Oh, oops. You could have this on 2 ticks. And this would be enough to, you know, make it do stuff. But like, if I want to retract this, the retraction is not instant. There's no instant retraction, so the piston actually stays behind, which is very sad. Yeah, like in the Java version, the piston retracts in 1 game tick or half a redstone tick. And that kind of like in redstone terms counts as instant. And you could use that for instant wiring and stuff like that, but that is not going to exist, probably. Alright, that reminds me, let's actually look at slabs. That's something we haven't checked yet. Where are the slabs? In my opinion, blocks like slabs and slime blocks and redstone blocks should also be under the redstone tab, because they're so incredibly useful. Let's say we have this, right? Yeah. Okay. Can redstone actually travel downward from slabs? It cannot. Okay, that's good. Do slabs above pistons power the pistons? That's also a very important question. Like, if the game makes sense according to the new rules, it should not power the piston, but like, I don't know if this makes sense. Okay, that makes sense. That's good, I guess. Place an observer block coming out of a lamp horizontal. I think the most compact clock I saw on Reddit today was like a sticky piston with a... Let's see, where is it? Tabs makes no sense. The most complex you can make at the moment is you have a sticky piston and then you have a... Oh. How do I even manage to place that sideways? So it really depends on where... Like what? Okay, well, whatever. I don't understand how that works yet. But yeah, you put a redstone block like this. And then you kind of just power it like this. And then you have a very compact clock. Because, you know, there's no quasi-connectivity, so you can actually do this. Is it worth? No. Hey, Pingy. Cube, I want to complete... You want to compete in Robot Wars, but I'm on Xbox, so what would I do? Like, I don't have Minecraft on Xbox, I wouldn't know how to record it. So, like, if you want to compete, you'd have to have a PC version, I'm very sorry. But there's no way for me to, like... there's no cross-platform yet, so we can't do that yet. But yeah. I was making a missile. Let's see, what was I doing? This. It's pretty interesting. It's probably super easy to make a shield buster that's very good with these things. This seems pretty OP. What happens when you actually fly past the redstone block? Oh, that'll actually stop it. No, that's good, I guess. This thing feels pretty slow though. Anyways, let's add some TNT and stuff. How do we want to do this? Let's see how nice TNT is on this version. Glass. No. Glass is a decorative block, I guess. They don't have stained glass? No, they don't. No stained glass. Oh well. This is a missile. It's a very derpy missile, but it is a missile. So... It feels different. Don't know what you guys think, but this seems a lot like TNT seems different. Did not seem very satisfying. I don't know, it's like the It's kind of hard to explain. It's different. It seems to explode faster after being triggered by other TNT. No, this was pretty good actually. It's different. Like I'm not saying it's worse, but it's different. Processing TNT differently. Yeah, it's toned down a bit. Yeah, it's actually. Okay, well, let's look at, because you can move dispensers and stuff now, so that's pretty cool. So let's mess around with that a bit. I guess I kind of have to make a new flying machine again, but I don't know how I just did it. But let's just make another one. What we had. I have no idea what we had. I think we had this. And then we had like this. This is fine. pistons. Make a bomber with dispensers and TNT. That's a good suggestion. Let's do that. Let's make a bomber. I approve. Okay, so we need the observer block. It's just so weird, like the game just feels a little bit laggy for me. It's probably partially because I'm streaming, but what was I doing again? I was going up here. Then we want the normal piston. I think this is probably how you make like the super tiny engine. Just do it like this. Is that actually true? No, it's not. I haven't figured out the super tiny engine yet. I know, I think I saw someone make like a 2x2x2 engine. God damn it. These are the new observer block in Windows 10. They are pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty cool. They're super powerful. There has to be a way to do this, right? Without having to go like backwards. Whatever, for now let's just go backwards. I feel like I'm missing something, but whatever. Okay, anyways, we have this now. And then we'll add a dispenser. We'll add, let's see if we can actually do this. Oh my god. Please, no? Why won't that work? There we go. There's actually sort of a line you can, oh my god, no. Never mind. I don't know how to place blocks in Windows 10. Because everything seems weird. Okay, well, let's try again. I think this is correct. Seems correct. Let's start with fire charges first before we, no actually no, that's, why the hell would we do that? Okay, so stack of TNT. And I kind of think that we would probably want to launch the TNT, right? That makes sense. Why wouldn't we want to launch the TNT? Okay, it doesn't actually launch the TNT, but it is bombing though. It's bombing for sure. So this is pretty OP. This is, you know, oh, there we go. Oh, it's a bit random. So if you fill that up 9 times 64, that's like 576 TNT. It's quite a lot. Poor cow, yeah. Yeah, this seems pretty broken. I approve though, like PvP on Windows 10 is going to be super destructive. I think it's out of TNT now. Okay, well, so there's that. Let's try build a robot leg. What time is it now? Okay, yeah. Let's see if those mechanics still hold up. They don't really rely on quasi-connectivity, but again, that's not the only thing they changed. Like when I did the future of Minecraft video, there were a lot of people, but yeah, like quasi-connectivity is not that important, but that's not, like in the video I already mentioned, that's just an example. So, like everything is different. Anyways, it's 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is just the leg that's on the Atlas mech. It's nothing super special. Would be cool if it still worked. I reckon it might actually still work. I don't see why it wouldn't, but I'm curious like how fast it would go. Okay, so I see no reason why this shouldn't work. No reason whatsoever. Oh! Oh! Doesn't work. Well then. And why doesn't it work? It works, it doesn't work because pistons are too slow. You guys need to fasten them up. It's the same issue that we have here. Where is it? Like if you want pistons to be useful, then you want to speed them up. The fact that this doesn't work, like this. Oh. The fact that this doesn't work is just... it's a little bit unacceptable. Well then. Yeah, I can't really fix this. Can I fix this? I guess what you could do is you could, instead of using a redstone block, you could probably use one of these. That might work. I guess this should work. Wait, what? Am I going over the push limit? No. Am I? I'm going over the push limit. Okay, well then maybe it does actually work and it's just me being stupid. That's definitely a possibility. Did I just miscount it? I hope I miscounted. Let's do this. Hopper timers, that's a good one. We'll look at hopper timers. I think the hopper timer should work. But we'll check that. Definitely, it's a good suggestion to check. Okay. So... okay, that looks good. That looks good. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Hopper timers. Hopper timers. I don't see why hopper timers wouldn't work. It doesn't rely on quasi-connectivity, so should definitely still be fine. No, that double piston extender is not fine though. That's something that I hope they'll like look into. Like you need to be able to pull a piston into a powered position and then like if I have this piston and then I have a redstone block here and I pull this redstone, like this piston in, here it works though. So what's the difference that what I had there then? I'm so confused. So that's not really the issue. The issue is just that it doesn't retract fast enough. And I think if they do change it so that it does retract in a game tick, then you could still have the behavior where you have the block behind. Where's the thing? Like that's something that I really want back. Like the ability to have a sticky piston leave a block behind is super important. Yeah, pistons take longer, you're right. The extension should be 3 game ticks and the retraction should be 1 game tick. But yeah, hopper timers. Get distracted. They should be fine. Like I don't highly doubt there's any issue with these. That's another thing I want to check though, if you can actually pull a signal from, because at the moment hoppers, I don't actually like the hoppers in Java very much at the moment, and I'm wondering if they work differently in the Windows 10 version. Yeah, like hopper timers are fine, as expected. That's good. Anyways, something that does not work on Java and maybe works here. Say you have a tower of hoppers, and as the items are traveling down somewhere halfway along the hopper line, you want to, like as soon as an item travels past this hopper, you want to pull a signal from it. That's actually something else I haven't checked. Do hoppers still work through blocks? I hope they do. They better. So this and this. So say we drop an item in here now. That didn't actually drop the item. Oh, there we go. Okay, so that does the same shitty behavior as in the Java version. It's probably to like prevent causing of lag and stuff, but I don't like it I didn't like it when they changed it on the Java version, and I don't like that it's not in here either. To me, it seems that like you would think that the item will travel down the hopper chain, and that somewhere along the way it sends a signal. This is a shame. Yeah, I just wanted to check if this is actually a thing. Yeah. Okay. What happens when you actually push? Where's the flying machine? Do I have a flying machine somewhere again? Oh, there. Let's actually add some hoppers to this thing. So, like, say that you have this, right? You have this like mechanism to drop TNT, but obviously one dispenser full of TNT isn't enough. No, what you want is a lot more. You want a hopper like this. Is it actually a good idea? No. push this forward a little bit. So I'm kind of curious how this would interact with the hopper. Like, can you actually move stuff and then still? It's a little bit disappointing. Can you load stuff from a moving chest? That's my question right now. Wait, what? Did I just create a ghost block? Wait, what? Don't know what happened there, but it was interesting. Oh! I can delete blocks! I just deleted my piston. I deleted the piston and I deleted the observer block. Interesting. Well then, that was something. That was weird. Sand generates. Can you create blocks as well? That's a good question. Yeah, it's gonna take like time for people to figure out all the bugs and stuff. And also, like, this version is far from done. They have to add so much more stuff. Like, I'll probably mess around a bit with the Windows 10 version, but at the moment, like, I don't know. I'll definitely try and create a Mac for the Windows 10 version to see if it's possible. That's my inventory. Chests. Okay, so we have a chest. Can chests actually like be moved? Sorry, like I mean by, can a chest be moved by a sticky piston? That's what I was wondering. Oh. I'm dumb. I'm very dumb. They can. Okay. Interesting. That's very interesting. Well, I guess this is kind of it then. So let's add more TNT. Don't know if there's a fast way for me to fill this up. There's no like copy block. I can't middle mouse click this one either. I can split the stack up, but that's all I can do. That's weird. Like there's no way for me to easily fill this up in creative. Does the game break if you move a chest in line with an existing double chest? That's a good question. That's a very good question. What if you have this, and then you have a quartz in this block, but you have some redstone torches in this one. And then you pull this thing back. Should probably make this a sticky piston. Oh, it doesn't create a double chest. So you can actually, you can have chests next to each other and not make double chests. That's pretty cool. It's a little bit awkward how you have to make them, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. So that's the thing. I think you like have to move them with pistons and stuff to make them not connect to each other. Anyways, let's see how this works. Whoops. Well, I guess we'll do it like this then. Still fine. This is way bigger than it has to be, but I need to make sure that I add a lot of TNT to the chest. That or I'm actually going over the push limit now without realizing it. I might be. It's pretty interesting. Can you come to my world? No, I'm not on Realms at the moment. This is not a server. It's just a single player world. I'm not sure if this thing is actually still pulling stuff from the chest. I'm hoping. No, it is. It is. It is for sure. Yeah, it is. That's pretty cool. Oh man, like the griefing you can do. So much griefing that's possible. I can foresee so much griefing on Pocket Edition and Windows. So will you make a 4-way flying base in the near future? Maybe. Like maybe it's possible on the Windows version, who knows. Like these observer blocks are super OP. I don't know how you make a trigger mechanism though, because, you know, you can't really... I don't really see how you can have a trigger mechanism. Well, I guess you could use the observer block and then like with flint and steel or something. But it's gonna be a little bit awkward. Let's try it though. Let's say in the air we have the observer block and then we have a piston. Can you still use like flint and steel to do stuff with this? There it is. Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's cool. Griever's gonna grief, yeah. Is this already like cross-server connection with the Xbox then? Cross-platform. Did they add all this stuff to the Xbox version already then? Or is it just Pocket Edition that it can connect to? think tomorrow I'm gonna make a mech. Well, I think, like looking at the time right now, I kind of have a sort of impression of things you can do with this version. Obviously, like losing quasi-connectivity is crap, but these observer blocks are super OP and definitely very, very useful. I wish pistons were faster. Like my only complaints right now is pistons are too slow. You can't one-tick pulse a sticky piston to leave a block behind. And I don't understand why this design doesn't work. Like this makes no sense to me. Also, I think that when a piston is in a powered position, or sorry, when a piston is powered but not extended, and you power it by another piston, you power it with another source, that should actually give an update to make it go again. Like that would fix this design. Torch towers are fine. This sucks. This is unfortunate. And this is just painful, but yeah, like it's not going to change. So there's still a lot to do, but like I like the observer block. It's cool. But for now, I'm probably gonna like I'll be messing around on Windows 10, but I'm also gonna be still playing on the Java version. And yeah, command blocks they're working on command blocks. Like this game needs commands. And it just generally needs to run a bit better. Like I don't feel, everything feels slow and sluggish. I don't know if you guys can see my cursor, but if you can see, if you can see my cursor, wait, let me actually see if you guys can see my cursor. Yeah, you see the little dot? You see how it drags behind my mouse cursor? That's terrible. And this is not only when I stream, this is also a thing that happens when I'm just playing the game without streaming. Like it's super weird. There's a massive input lag that has to be fixed for this to be like enjoyable. So I don't know, it seems weird, but you know, I'll mess around with this probably. Try and build a robot soon, I guess. Is it mouse sensitivity? You think that's the problem? No. No, like mouse sensitivity does nothing. Does literally nothing. Anyways, guys, I think for now I'm going to end the stream. If you're watching me for the first time, be sure to hit the follow button so that you know when I go live. And then you can just choose if you want to join or not. But yeah, I am curious to see what you guys come up with in this version as well. And hopefully I'll see you on the next stream. See you guys. Rah.